Good evening, everybody, or whoever's out there anyway. I know Pat is. Hello, Pat. We are back again streaming on this year model, which we made in the last two sessions, and this stream is about getting this retopologized and painted and ready to go into, you know, Unity or Unreal or whatever. After all, it doesn't really matter. The principles are the same, you just follow it on and just, it all works. Yeah, a couple of things. I renamed this kind of layer to source and put the corpse in there because what I wanted to point out here was I've still got all the bits here that I made the handles out of. So I made the kind of flat shape, then bent it, then I made the bar and sort of made it independently before I then copied it and excuse me, made it independent before I copied it and put it around the coffin. So I've still got the source files here, and they're usually high resolution as well. They're quite a few million triangles or whatever, which is something to be aware of. So I don't really need these anymore. Well, all I need really is that and that and the handles. The handles also should be there in the coffin layer. Bang out there. So that they're part of that. And there you go. So we now don't really need all this because this is taking up memory. We've already got 13 million visible triangles. just fair amount for a simple object. And then that's only the ones that we can see, then we've got all the ones we can't see in here. So it's taking up a lot of memory, so it's a good idea at this point to just save that. And then save this as a new version that you can then delete the source stuff out of, and then you're working with a kind of leaner model. And you've also got something to come back to in case it all goes horribly wrong. So, excuse me, so it's different stuff that I'm working on. All cheerful stuff. So we're going to do this as the retopo because it's the retopologized version, or it will be retopologized. Can I say it? It will be retopologized in a minute once we've done our stuff. Right. No, I've got this. I don't know what this is all about. Okay, we'll cancel. I just updated 3D Coat to the latest version yesterday, I think it was. So I don't know. It might have some quirks. I do have the old version still installed in case it all goes wrong. I don't know. It could go wrong. Right. So this version now is completely independent from the last one, so we can just delete all of that because we don't need it anymore. There you go. And save it. And it dumps a whole bunch of stuff that we don't need that's slowing us down. And we only have now the objects that we have here. All organised, all nicely named. Good, good convention to follow. Right, so we're finished sculpting, definitely. We're going to move on to retopologizing. And we already did that one in the first bit of this, so I'm not going to do that one again. Take that off there, get rid of all the screws off here. I find the best thing to do with this is to work it one item at a time. So we'll do this simple. Simple as we can anyway. Right, so we know the lid screws are fine because we've got one, so we can just duplicate that. And then we've got this trim, and then we've got the lid. So the trim, let's see. Oh, ghost that, there you go. The trim is just a strip like that going around there. Just so we don't really need that yet. So there you go, the simplest shape we got in the whole thing is right here. But if we make this and then we put that inside of that, it's going to make a mess with the two walls joined. So we'll just make one for the trim and then just put a lid on top of it. Yeah, that would make it easier. Yeah. Now, oh, I forgot. I was wondering why that was working so weird. There we go. I always work in isometric. I find it's just a lot. It's a lot faster because you're not having to deal with the respective angles and stuff like that. It's trying to work it all out, the light and stuff. It just seems to work faster. More accurate anyway. So, retopologizing. So, we're going to stick a surface on top of this. That's what we're going to do. So, the easiest way to do it is to start doing that, and oh, there you go, making that. But like I already pointed out in the first one, you're not going to sit and do all that because that just, no, it's just rubbish. Don't do that. Oh, you're going to auto-retopologize it and then modify it a bit. The simple one, in fact, I should do the simple one first, because the simple one really is to do the actual box. This bit here, yeah, okay. Because it's for beginners, I'll start with the easier one first, because somebody might be watching this as the first one. So, okay, so this is the easiest way to do something is like this. Like you said, you could just use. Yeah, that's a better example because it's nice and big and stupid obvious. There you go, a face, and then over here, and there you go, a face, and do all that all the way around, and do all the faces and stuff. It takes a while. It's very specific, obviously, and you can get it looking exactly the way you want. It's one way to do it. Or you can use these models down here, your retopologized models. So basically preset retopologized type shapes, essentially. So you can just get a flat plane like that. Just drag it over there. Oh, hang on, I just remembered something, just so you can see my key presses. Hang on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know I'm pressing that left. It won't move. Oh, come on, yeah. There we go. Right. That's better. Right. Sorry, I forgot to put that in. So, control, and go, and you can shape a surface like that. This is awkward, of course, because you wouldn't do it like this because everything's off at weird angles. But essentially, you do that, you apply it, and then you can snap it to that. But that wouldn't be a good idea at this point, so say no. And it just creates a mesh. It's pointing the wrong way, of course, because there's a surface there. And then you can, put that, reshape it to the size of this kind of thing. It's a bit fiddly doing it that way. Certain situations that might be the way to do it. Yeah, you could do it that way. Other way, obviously, is just to auto-retopologize it, but that's a bit lazy for this one. So it's time to do some manual stuff. So this is the manual one. Would be just take a simple box, or a box with slightly rounded edges. Just a couple of extra edges to get you started. And yeah, roughly the shape you want. Usually try and make it bigger than your model because you're going to snap it down to the model surface, so it's always a good idea to be a wee bit bigger. Like that, just keep it on the outside. Makes it easier in the long run. That's pretty good. And you could apply that. And then again, I could, if I snap it, it's going to try and snap itself to that box shape with no, no detail, no lines to split it up, so it won't work. So we'll say, yes, see what it does. There you go, makes a mess. So don't do that. Now go back to that again. Oh crap, it reset itself. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Didn't realise it did reset itself, or I wouldn't have demonstrated that it was obviously not going to work. Right, okay. Keep a bit fiddly this one. Because you're trying not to drift too far off that box. Right, okay, so apply. No, we don't snap to anything. There you go, and you just get a box like that. Now, it's fairly easy to just slide the edges about, which is, you know, slide edges. Oh, crap. It does that because what we forgot to do, forgot to turn auto snap off. Because we don't want it snapping to anything just now, we just want to move things about. Oh, hang on. I want to move the whole thing. It's because it's already put, it's trying to be helpful here. What it's done is it's put UV seams, those green lines, put UV seams on everything already for me and split it up into sectors, which is nice, but I don't want that right now. So go to edge loops and clear seams, don't want that. I just want my lines to be wraparound lines, so that when I slide them, I'm sliding the whole thing, like so. Can you see where I'm going with this? And that'll be that one for that one. And then of course we're one short up here, so we need, oh, 3D channel. I could fit under, I suppose, yeah. You know, I probably could have, you know, here's the thing, I am not an expert at this, but this program, as great as it is, needs some sort of programs that show people, yeah, that's great, all these tools it can do, but how do you actually use it in a practical sense and just simple stuff? There's not many simple videos, so I'm aiming for a simple video, so I'm trying to make it sort of as obvious what I'm doing as possible, if you see what I mean. But thanks for letting me know. So we don't need all of this, we don't need that, we'll leave the middle line just because it's nice to have a middle line. We will need these other ones in a minute, but just now, let's get rid of them because we can always add them back in. And now we want to select faces on there. You have to sort of program it. You select, and then what do you want to select? Faces, and then you have to pick something up here. If you don't, it does auto select, and it usually does a good job. You can just sort of drag select. So I suppose after a while you get used to it. You don't actually think about it. So I can just oh, hang on. No, see, I didn't do the outside things, did I? So I have to come back to select, make sure I've selected everything. Oh no, well, hang on. Because that's the face inside another one. But I'm arguing with myself now how I can do it. Does that mean I have to do edges? That's it. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. No, it still does that. Oh, right, of course, yeah, because I've got that line there. So, yeah. Yes, thank you. Yes, expand. Yes. Yes, and then do it that way. Yeah. Like I say, I'm still learning this program myself. You should be doing this 3D challenge. Crap, no, I have to expand again, sorry. No. Oh, wait a minute though. Yeah, well, let's still do it. Yeah, okay. Get it roughly in the middle. You don't have to get it exactly on, you just have to get it again sort of bigger than it, so that when you snap it down, it will snap down to the surface that you're expecting it to snap down to, rather than some random point. Oh, hang on, I've selected too much there, so hang on. What I've got to do, just drag this one out a bit. because it's a bit, yeah, it's a bit wrong. I'll just select those, do it, just move it a bit. There we go. You know, maybe I shouldn't have taken those extra edges. Come to think of it. No, I do need them because they're on the inside. Yeah, I do need them. You have to be careful as to which edge you're actually moving though, because like, there's the edge there. Come on, yeah, stop. Why is that still selected? Stop it. I'm not having any luck today. Oh no, wait a sec. Sorry, I have just realised what's happened. Because I've updated 3D Coat, my thing over here, my G13 doesn't recognise it until I lock it on. There we go. There we go, that makes sense. Sorry, that's technology failure there. Okay. That makes more sense. That's why that wasn't working. Alright. Okay. We're back in it. But just so that's right there. Right, that's fine. Yeah, escape to get rid of your selection. That's what I was trying to do there. I didn't do it. So this one, I guess, just the whole thing really. Yeah. Oh. I should have just, yeah, selected all that with a rectangle select or something clever like that. That's what I should have done. Okay. So yeah, just bring it down a bit. Right sort of height. Hang on, where's that bit? Oh yeah, I need that. Oh, right. Still have to do the end bit. Oh, we've still got our lines there. Actually, it's those ones that are off. Let's see if they snapped in. They should. So everything else looks fairly coffin shaped. That's good. Right. So at this point we save before we do anything else because we just do. What I see now is we need to sort of now push in this middle bit so that it's, you know, coffin shaped. So we're going to add some more geometries. Just do this manually, I think it'll be easier. So I think that'll be where I'm trying to think where the best place to put it is. Probably try there. You know, change it later on. I mean, it's not like you have to get it dead right first time or anything. You just wing it and see how it goes. Oh, and I am completely on the wrong surface there. How did that happen? Well, I was thinking split rings, but then the thing with split rings is if I do it that way, then I'm going to also add on you. It's, you know, it does weird shapes, and then I have to move them all. I have to move all the lines anyway afterwards. So, you know, sometimes I prefer to just do it that way. But yeah, I suppose it would do it on both sides. But again, I don't want to necessarily do the bottom. But for edge flow, yeah, you're probably right. just do split rings and it'll be quicker. And then you can do basically kind of that bit there, which is coffin shaped, and then shove it down. Bottom there, expand out a bit. Oh, no, that was stupid. What am I doing? I need to do it like that. Go, just try and keep it in the middle bottom part, make sure it's not going over the edges there. Side it. Yeah, it's fine. I've got one sort of, hang on, can't see what I'm doing here. Do we have another line there? We don't. Ah, I missed a line. Hang on. Yeah, of course I need another one. Is it delete? Hang on. Yes, you should be over here. See, this is someone who knows what they're talking about. Split rings. Delete top faces. Use shell tool. There's another way to skin the cat. As in, create another shell of that in here, and that will create a retopo mesh. Is that what you're saying? Because I don't ever recall using the shell tool in here. So I don't actually know what it is. Hang on, it's a good point. See, I learn from these as well, you know. Right, there's my mouse. Oh yeah, shell tool, yeah. Make shell of selected faces. Is it you mean? No, I think I just need more lines. Oh right, shell tool is only, yeah. Yeah, well that's the thing, they keep on updating it and it's getting better and better, but the it's you have to keep up and then they change things and you anyway, split rings, we just need another set of lines there. Oh crap. What? Wait a second. Oh crap. This is another problem that can happen that you don't notice, especially when you first use this program, is it's creating UVs up there you didn't notice, and it creates multiple ones called default, and that really gets confusing because you don't know what's anywhere. So what the hell? Oh god. So that's on default, nothing on that one, nothing on that one. Okay, so let's try and just remove the unused ones anyway. Okay, so we've got two defaults. Better does mean more confusing sometimes, yes. Like that, it just confused me now because that so is that the one I'm actually using then? Because when you say delete unused UV sets, it doesn't always delete them. Obviously, or else I wouldn't have two default ones. Let me just, so that one. I don't know what the hell that one is. Oh, it's for the cube. Ah, I see, it created it. I know what that's. It's because earlier on when I was demonstrating, when I created the retopologized face down here, it created a new UV map to go with it because it's trying to be helpful. Which I wish it wouldn't do that because that really gets confusing if it's creating stuff you don't even know it was creating. So. I mean, creating that up there, fair enough, but creating a new UV for it, that was confusing. So let's see if we can get rid of it now. No, see, it's still. Come on. Delete the unused one. No, so it's still displaying both. Yeah, shell tools are always good. Yeah. So anyway, I'm assuming this is the one I'm working with because it's got a thing. Hang on, let me just. No, so that isn't unwrapped then. No, it's definitely that one. So, could it be that one's got the other default on it or something? I don't know. Oh, I hate when it does that. Oh, maybe it is. Yeah. Well, if it is that one, that's okay, because yeah, I think it is. That's just for the let's screw. Okay, right, okay. I know where I am. That's okay. Later on, what you can do is you can copy all the polygons from one retopo, group over here, as it were, or one object into another object using these few tools down here. So it's not a problem. But it is when it creates UV maps and it doesn't tell you. Hate that. Sorry, we got distracted. Let's get back to what we're doing. Split ring there, split ring there. This time we're sorted. It's fine. We've actually got too many split rings, but that's okay. Oh. Deleting stuff is never an issue. Right, move that down there. It's still a bit crap though. Hang on. Why is it still a bit crap? Oh, because that's... And then you have to enter, and then do that. There we go. Does help if you know what you're doing. Is my Coffin skew with here, or is it just me? Oh, it might be my lines actually, so that's okay. Some tidy up will always be required. Just make it smaller than the Coffin in both directions. It doesn't have to be that small. There we go. And you got your basic Coffin sort of gubbins, right, that it's going to understand. If there's any bits that are wonky as hell, like I am doing here at the moment, let's just get the brush out. You can always just kind of drag, just help them along a bit, drag them into the kind of general shape where they're supposed to be, especially that bit's crap there. Sure, I meant to put these in and never did. I'll do them now. No, not faces, edges. Edges. Oh, that's too many edges. See, sometimes you should just use a simple box. You shouldn't try and be, oh, I'll use the fancy edges bits, because then you end up with this kind of stuff, and that can confuse the hell out of you later on when you're trying to move stuff about. I mean, it's like I've now got two edges on that. It would help if I wasn't crap at this. Or less crap at it. Well, what the hell. We shall try and see how good it is at snapping, right? So we've got that, save. Nice one. And snap the bugger and see how it goes. Well, it didn't crap out on us, that's good. So it snapped it down, so we can leave what snap on now. Okay, Q. I know I'm going to end up with an asymmetrical coffin here, but that's kind of what I want. It's supposed to be a cheap wooden coffin. Oh, that reminds me, just in case anybody is not to speed, we are building this, a cheap budget coffin. It has to be tatty, it has to be cheap, cheap lining, just cheap and nasty, because it's what they're going to chuck Ted Bundy's body into before they create him. So cheapness is required, which is why I am not bothered about making this a pristine model, all perfect and all lovely. I want it to be a bit crap looking anyway. So making it in a slightly drunken way I'm doing it makes perfect sense for me. And we can learn together, because I can keep on cocking up and you can learn from my cock-ups and you can see what not to do. Like, pay attention to what you're doing. So I'm dragging the kind of things in here. I also find that doing it a bit irregular just helps with the shadows. It makes the shadows look more convincing. Like I said in one of the other videos, there's nothing less convincing than an absolutely perfect model. And it's just so fake looking. It's just terrible. And then you see, you just snap these buggers down. You get it. Oh. Yeah, this is way off because I didn't tidy that bit up, and I should have, because I was lazy. I'm glad you think I'm doing great 3D Coat training channel. Are you the official 3D Coat training channel? I can't even say that. Are you officially related to 3D Coat or whatever 3D Coat, if you don't mind me asking? I'm just curious because I put the link up on the forum. I'm just wondering if that's why you're here. Because it occurred to me that people from 3D Coat community might want to know what I'm doing here. Because I hadn't actually told them. Oh, good stuff. I'm trying to spread the word. 3D Coat is not as scary as it looks. It really isn't. It's good. You can do good stuff with it, honest. You can do good stuff. Speaking of which, look. A second. What did I show you? That. That was done in 3D Coat. She was modelled in 3D Coat. The neck and the head and all this kind of stuff. The face was as well based on a character creator face, which I then cut out. And I made the brain and the brain case and her kind of gubbins at the back and stuff like that. And then once I'd done it all, I then brought it in iClone and then put the PBR shaders on it and then hit it with some lights, you know, a decent background, and it looked like that. So 3D Coat, despite the way I may be using it, believe me, it's just because I'm kind of confident enough with the program now that I can arse about with it and I'm not really bothered, because it can do this, like, it can do this, it really can. It's awesome. It's an awesome program. So don't mind the fact that it takes a while to learn, because it took me a year to get to that point. At least a year anyway, from when I first bought it to actually getting to the point of making that, which is the most ambitious thing I ever made, obviously, I suppose. But that is what you can do with 3D Coat. I mean, you know, and again, this was an iClone, so I had to make it, you know, game ready. I had to retopologize, normal maps, all the rest of it. So 3D Coat is friggin' awesome. This is why I'm doing it. And oh, hang on, I've lost me. One mouse click. I'm gonna do that. Yes, Pat. Like I say, it's a weird and confusing program sometimes, but they all have their peculiarities. I mean, Blender. Don't even start me on Blender, but you have to do it. I mean, it's like Maya and 3D, Autodesk and stuff. It's they all have their way of working, and you have to get your brain around the way. Yeah, the stuff that disappears because you have to always hit apply before you do anything. And if you go to a different tool and you haven't applied it, then you haven't done anything, because it doesn't force you to commit to anything until you're ready to it. And then it's quite. Oh, I've got to take. Okay, I think I've. Let's see if I get there. We go. I always forget to do that as well. It seems to keep resetting. Over there. One other way to make this easier also would be delete all the extra edges before you start doing all this. It saves you some time. Because like you see, you got all this kind of stuff. The other thing you could do is just do one side and hit symmetry and then symmetrize it. You can do the opacity there and stuff like that, so you can see what you're doing better. Yep, you've got to apply everything, Pat. Yep, if you don't apply it, it's just like, well, what'd you do? You didn't do nothing. So yeah. In fact, I think I will just do half of it here and then do it symmetry copy, because I show you how to symmetry copy, because that's pretty easy as well. Because I always found these other programs like Blender and stuff to be really hard to use. I know the Blender fanatics hate when you say that, but it is really hard to use, and I believe deliberately so they can sell courses. Because Blender's free, I mean, they can't make any money selling it, so it makes money somehow. That's a conspiracy theory, ignore what I'm saying. Then you could do it that way. Or, oh God. See, I should, see, that's causing myself problems because I did it originally the wrong way. What I should do is delete this stupid thing. Make sure, let's see if we can delete. Yeah, okay, see that's going to bug me now. What I should have done was picked the simple box. Don't pick the complicated box, pick the simple box. Oh, Oh no, see I moved it now. Get it back to the centre. Come on. Right, okay. There we go. Simple box. And again, if I go to a different tool now, it disappears because I haven't done anything yet. You have to apply it, you have to tell it that I actually want to do that. Right, no, I'll go back to that. Yeah, hang on, it came back again. Go away. Box, scale it up. A simple box with no extra lines on it, so this should snap properly because that's what it did. I mean, it's too complicated a box and it didn't snap properly, and it's giving myself all kinds of work there just by being stupid. So right, okay, get it back in the middle again, just roughly the middle. There we yeah, the new parameters. I'm not sure what you mean, but I'll take your word for it. Right, so no, we do not want it snapped to anything, and make sure clear seams. Okay, there's it. So no, see, it still put extra. See, still put extra lines on the box. I thought they were. Surely you must be able to do a simple box without the extra edge lines. Surely. There you go. Maybe you can't. In that case, oh well, just delete the edges before you start. Pretty straightforward solution, I guess. Oh crap! Don't delete that one. But oh no! Wait a minute. Well, yeah, actually that kind of works. That's okay. Okay. Okay, so there's it. Nice, simple lines. There we go. And then we'll slide the edges back up. And this will be a lot easier. A lot easier because this will work. Oh crap! What did I get? What did I forget? Auto snap off. Bloody hell! How many times did I do that? There we go. That's what I was aiming for in the first place. You see, and then you have nice simple. And I was trying to resize this, and that's what I was trying to do in the first place. And it all went horribly wrong. So we'll delete some of these edges, give ourselves a bit less work. Cool. And yeah, I could just drag it to there. I would try to work out ahead of time. In fact, I may as well just turn on symmetry now. I suppose that would make things a bit simpler, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would make things simpler. And I'm just going to move those edges. Yeah. Just do that, just move the edges to roughly where I need them. Stick another split ring in there because I need them. That. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that'd be because of the symmetry. So that's why I don't always use split rings. It doesn't always work either. And then we need another one. See, we need another one there. Anyway. In fact, what we could just do is, yeah, just delete that. Oh, see, there's another bloody edge down there. Oh, these edges are going to do me in. There you go. And then just edge. Stop everything. And then just cap that bugger there. There you go. Oh, right. Split ring doesn't work on triangles, that's why it stopped short. Oh yeah, of course, that's... I didn't know that. There you go. You learn something new every day. In that case, we shall fix that and make that where it's supposed to be. Because we're going to pull that edge over to make that edge in a minute anyway. So let's put it down there. just be extra detail on that. What happened there? Something happened there. What the hell? No, seriously, what the hell just happened there? It just jumped to a different layer or something? What did you just do? Okay, something really strange happened there. I don't know what. I was deleting that and then something strange happened. Okay. What? It jumped to something else, or what are you doing? What is wrong with you now? Oh, aye. Symmetry. I should be working on this side, not that side, isn't it? Because that's the coloured side, and I was working on the... Yeah, no, I think it's because I was working on the wrong side of the symmetry. It should be this side I'm working on. Because it matters in 3D Coat, I think. No, I don't. It's like bad. It matters in here because it has to know which side you're on. And I think I confused it by trying to delete an edge that was on the side that wasn't being... that I was taking my symmetry from. Yeah, because now it's working. So yeah, because I took it from the other side. That's when it, that's when it crapped out. So I'll leave that. I'll come back to that in a second. Work it. Well, yeah, so we've got our triangles here. Yeah, and we can add that to that. And keep your lines nice and parallel. Nice. Then yeah, I can move that to there. No. Yeah, invert mirrors. Took me a while to work that one out. I had to go look up the forums, I think, to figure out invert mirror, because it kept doing that to me and I couldn't work out why was it when I was putting things symmetrical they'd disappear. It's because it's taking its symmetry from the side that wasn't there, so it would copy over nothing to nothing and it would perfectly duplicate nothing. Which is not helpful, but that's just the way the program works, which I'm not criticising 3D Coat for. It's just they all have their peculiarities. You just got to get used to it. Yeah, let's go back. This one over. See, you're getting all the different techniques tonight because I'm trying everything to try and get this to work properly. But this is how I learned. I spent many months banging my head off this, thinking, why doesn't it work? And it did work. It's just I didn't know how to make it work because I didn't understand all the kind of weird ways it can do things. It's just you have to wrap your mind around it, kind of, which is not that easy. Right, so that's me got a bit there and a bit there, and I need a bit there. Always look for one bit. No, that didn't work right. See, why has it got triangles again? There's a weird thing. I just put those in, and now it's went back to what the hell? Or see, now that's strange. Now why did it do that again? I put a split. See, that's really strange. I don't understand why it's having a problem there. Or did I put it on the non-thingy side again? Wait a minute. And this. Okay. Save. In case it does it again. Because that. Alright. Oh no, in fact I did, yeah, I did. I just, yeah, because I did split rings and I did it that side. There should be some sort of warning comes up, the idiot warning saying, don't do that side! Do the other side, you moron. And then, I should have one. Oh no, we can't because of that triangulation bit there. So it won't grow across triangles. So, We'll leave it. Right, so that gives us the shape there, shape there. Oh, continue going across there. Does it work? Oh, it worked, it's okay. There we go, so we've now got our basic coffin shape. Awesome. Turn off symmetry. And see how it looks. Fine, see, that's weird. It's got one bit that's not symmetrical. I just want to check that it's actually what it's supposed to be. Yes, okay. Fair enough. Just select everything and move it into position. Sorry if I'm mumbling on here, I'm just trying to get through this as fast as I can. This is supposed to be the easy one. Auto-retopology, my god, I love that thing. Honestly. Saves you so much work. Oh, this dicking around. This, hate doing this. Right, so symmetry stuck turned on. Awesome, right, so we're going to move individual vertex, because we don't want to move it up and down space, we want to just move it, sorry, no, transform, sorry. We just want to move, where it states, yeah. That little dude there, hang on. Why aren't you? Oh, because you have to, don't you have to? No. Okay, I have to select vertex first. That would might be a better idea. And then transform, yes. There. Yeah. Escape. I didn't need to. I was alright. I was just on the wrong thing. Yeah, but you have to hit escape to go between objects, because otherwise it hangs on for grim death to the last thing you selected forever. 3D Coat remembers everything. Everything you've ever done, it remembers. Which is a good thing and a bad thing sometimes, because you wish sometimes it was just let it go, but it doesn't. Right, so now sort of basic shape there. Right, now we can do what I was trying to do in the bloody first place. Oh no, you can't. Oh. To make it symmetrical now properly, which is kind of crappy at the moment, I think I may as well fix that. Since I'm here, I may as well bloody fix it. Right, put that a bit more there. Yeah, it should snap down. Okay, that should be alright. I just want to make sure it's reasonable, sort of, before we symmetry the bugger, and that's it. And if we turn off symmetry, we have a symmetrical object. You could have snapped me a chord to the corners of each surface. Yeah, hang on, I'll just different points of view here. It seems like it's been done by snapping a chord to the corner of each surface. Yeah, well, like I was saying, you could have done that with the manual quad method, you know, just by, you know, doing your 4 clicks and then you right click to form your lines. You could have done it that way, and that would have worked as well. But I already, I mean, that one's so manual that there's not really an awful lot to say about it, apart from that's all you do over and over again for the rest of your life, which is why I don't do it. Whereas, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm showing you alternative approaches because that's one way of doing it, and that would have been the simplest way of doing it. But what you tend to find a lot of times is that it's so tedious that you just want to do something like this. If you do it right, you don't cock up the first time like I did by not realising that these always have extra edges to give them that. Well, I mean, it's so they don't have dead sharp edges, they don't have perfect edges, which is good. Exactly, there are so many different ways to skin the same bloody rendered CGI damn cat. But we will go through them all until we get one that works. So, we are, hang on, what we selected on now, we are, oh yeah, we want faces, please, faces, thank you. No, in fact, we won't do faces, no, we'll do faces, yeah, we'll do faces. So we'll do faces. This should work. If I remember, if you just move it down like that, then you're dragging everything down, that's not good. So what you have to do is you have to apply it first, so that you've applied all those things again, and then you move it down, you've got your surface. That's what I've been trying to do for the last half hour. And cocking it up spectacularly. But that's how you get it nice and even, you know, so you have to drag points in and all this kind of stuff. You just do that. Just you got to, like I say, you've got to hit. I think I'll do it again, just so that everybody knows, because that's a really important one. That one, I'll just see that one. So you select all your stuff, and then if you transform that, you try to move it all. You're going to drag it. So you're dragging your source sort of edges. And if you don't want to do that, you can just hit apply once, and that applies everything. And then you move it, you're moving a copy of it. So, really important one. What was that saying in the chat there? Points and faces approach, yes. Yeah, so symmetry on when you're doing points and faces otherwise. Or you could, I mean, what I have done in the past is I've done just one half of the object, just literally done one half, and then you turn on symmetry, and then you hit the symmetry button, and it copies the symmetry across for you anyway. So it can create it from scratch. You know, I think if you create it with symmetry turned on, it actually slows your machine down a bit. So I prefer not to do it that way, just because my machine's stressed enough as it is with the models I make. So it's not the fastest machine in the world either. So I try and go easy on it. Right. So where are we at? Sorry. Right. So there we go. Our basic sort of coffin shape, and save. Save often. And now when we snap it down, hopefully we just go to any of the kind of geometry type ones, you'll get your snap. Because you have to remember, these commands down here are sensitive to what you've got up here, because they've all changed to something else completely different when you're in select mode. Select path is also different, and quad is different, and they're all different. Every single tool has got lots of subtools down here in the commands, which can throw you a bit if you're not sure where to look for how you control stuff. Anyway, so as long, like I say, as long as we're down something like that, we can snap it, and that snapped pretty bloody well. Oh yeah, we've got that one to fix there. A couple of wonky ones. But again, all we need to do is fix one side, make it look good, hit symmetry, copy the symmetry over, and then we're done, you know. So, in fact, you can turn symmetry on just now, yeah, that'd be a point. And it's copying from that side. And if this was a worse side, we could invert the mirror and then copy it from that side instead. Which would be more helpful sometimes, because sometimes one side is worse than the other. Which it shouldn't be in a 3D program, you'd have thought, but it is, it's just the way it works. So with auto snap turned back on this time, because we do want it to snap to the edges, we are now going to move, or leave it in auto, because that gives you the option. And whether or not it's going to go for lines, sort of face, I should call them lines, whether or not it's going to go for edges, yeah, because that's what they call them, edges or vertices. It depends on the size of your brush. So if you make your brush too big, if it's bigger than an edge, it can't select it. So that's how you restrict it from selecting them. It only selects them. So sometimes you're better off to have just if you only want to do vertices, then just have a massive brush. But if you're tending more towards the lines, then you go small. This has been my experience anyway. Again, we don't have to be massively laser accurate here. Just have to get it. Look, I mean, it is made out of wood after all, so. Now we need an extra line here, obviously. So we use split ring, put it about there. Yeah, I love that. And we go back to our move. Try and figure out. Hang on, this is. Yeah, sometimes you have to drop the opacity of your mesh there, your retopo, so you can see what you're doing over here. And because the auto snap's turned on, it's not drifting off into space, it's following the contours of your initial sculpt, as you can see, and you can just kind of move about your view. I'm using a space navigator to do all this moving about, which is a lot more efficient than trying to use a mouse, believe me. If you haven't got a space navigator, I highly recommend them. Unfortunately, it doesn't work with Muvizu, which is a bit of an annoying thing. It does work with Blender. It works with Maya and all this kind of stuff. It works with the heavy duty stuff, because it's one of those industry type things that they all use. You always see it on their desks. You always think, what the hell is that thing? Alright, rambling on now. I should have moved that. If it's okay, don't move it. Right, okay. Right, to the bottom bit. Oh, you. Oh. Just try to make sure the lines are in the darkest bits, because that's obviously where your corners are going to be, the shadows. And hope you can see how crappy your model is. Nah, it'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. Don't worry. I'm here to instill you all with confidence. I've got to try and remember to stay on the right side here. It is that side it's on, isn't it? I can't. Yeah, see, you can't really see it now because it went pale blue on grey. I can't really see it so much unless I turn the opacity back up a bit. Always try and remember what side you're working on. Yeah, that's what that one. I could just be just a tad. Just a wee bit. Yeah, Space Navigator can be annoying sometimes because you have to kind of zoom out to be able to place yourself. So that's why I'm wandering about sometimes. We can use that for a wee bit of extra subtlety on the crappy edges. Because rather than delete the edges you don't need, it's always nice to try and incorporate them if you can, if they help. And I'm going to see, oh crap, that's too much. Oh, you can get that in Altera as well. Wow, the Space Navigator in Altera would make perfect sense because it's a six directional mouse thing, essentially what it is. So yeah, that makes perfect sense because in a 3D environment, honestly, like this, I mean, as you can see, you can zip about like nobody's business. Yeah, it is excellent. It is absolutely awesome when it's programmed to use it. If it's not programmed to use it, you can't use it. The old driver they had let you program it so you could use it for games and all kinds of stuff. It was great, but then they stopped supporting it because it had problems and then they wouldn't fix it, and so you can't program the thing, which is a bit annoying because I really like it and I would love to be able to use it in like all kinds of 3D games. Actually, I used it for XCOM, actually XCOM 2, and it was awesome in that, just for the brief time that the old drivers worked. Or I had them installed anyway. There you go, because I'm bringing these extra bits, these extra edges in. Yeah, it just helps make this corner, it will help have it a bit more detail when we bake the normals and do all the fancy crap we're supposed to be doing. I've been going for an hour already, God. I haven't done anything. Sorry, I'm being really slow tonight. But maybe this is a good thing because sometimes people go too fast in these tutorials and nobody can catch up. Again, just using those edges to kind of help these. Because the only place you're going to get any extra detail, of course, is at the edges. So you don't need it for flat bits, just use them up. And rather than creating new edges and after deleting these, just recycle these. It's kind of the way I look at it. And as long as that vertex is over the geometry line, symmetry line there, you won't give you 2 points. If I move it back over there, it will be making another, another point there and another line and so on, which you might want. I'm just like, how's that like? Roughly, yeah. You don't have to be again 1,000,000% accurate at this point, so try another snap, or relax, sorry, and just kind of relax and see if that helps. Sometimes relax helps, sometimes snap helps. So we're going to first of all save before you do anything. What did that pop out for? Why did you pop out? That's weird. I don't know why that popped out. Okay, it's being weird tonight, I don't know. The voiceover experience for everything that is going wrong with my model making, yes. yes. So anyway, right, so yeah. And also, yes, saving. Because you'll find, programs crash, and snap it. Let's see, everything should be nice and sharp into the corners. Again, like I was saying in one of the other streams, it should look as boring as possible. It should look just dull, tedious, no interesting groovy lines. It should look really boring. And if you've done that, you've done your job. That looks a bit interesting. I don't like to look at this. This looks too interesting. Actually, I should have narrowed this bit as well when I was doing the model, but we can actually fix that later in Tweak. This is another thing I'll show you in Tweak. It's amazing the stuff you can do. I might get a crappy shadow at this bit here just because of the way that is. So what I'll do, I think we'll try anyway. It might not work. Okay, I go. Just curl them off, and just to see if that cuts the problem. See that? See that cuts the problem off at pass. I don't know, it's that edge. I mean, let's get away with one edge. Should be able to do that, shouldn't I don't know. Whenever I try to do a single edge on a single edge, it never works. It's just been my experience as well. But that's, I think that makes no sense, does it really? Because, yeah, the way the shadows tend to work in Unreal anyway, that's your better option. Try and get the shadows to work. Yeah, I think it'd be better off doing it that way. Again, it's always better if you know your game engine that you're going to, in this case Muvizu, which is a bit crap because it's only Unreal 3, is limited, and you know where the problems are, then cut them off at the pass. Just do them in here. I mean, I always triangulate my models, even though I don't need to necessarily for a lot of this stuff to use quads and what have you. Alright, okay. Right, stop being a perfectionist, that's fine. Right, okay. So there you go. Coffin retopologized. Done. That's it. It's done. That's all we need to do. Well, last thing we need to do is, now that we've got it in symmetry, because if I turn symmetry off, it will just go back to its one half will be different for the other. So you just come down here and you hit symmetry, and it'll copy the blue side over to the non-blue side. So copy that side to that side. So when I turn off symmetry, there you go. It is now a standalone thing, and it's not relying on the symmetry to maintain its shape, which is another mistake I made early on using this, where I kept on, not realising that, and then again you'd end up with half a model and you think, where did the other half go? Because I turned off the symmetry because it was affecting something else, and I didn't realise how to use the symmetry properly. And that's all you use it for, is just basically work on half a retopo, bang the other half across, you're done, and there you go. So that is done. That was actually the hard one, because now this is going to be dead easy, because now we're going to do, since we're down the bottom bit here, we shall do the trimming the coffin. What we'll do is we can turn off batch now, because we don't need to see that. We can leave symmetry on actually, because this is a symmetrical object. Yeah, symmetrical. And we are going to trim. One of my windows is missing up here actually. Earlier on when it did that weird thing where it pulled some of my windows down here, it pulled something else down as well. Anyway, so we are just going to be lazy, and we're going to auto-retopo this. Just do 1000 to start with, see if it grabs it. You never know. It might. Whatever. You don't have to worry about them too much until later on. If it doesn't work, then you have to worry about them. Damn, I love this program. See, how long would that have taken to get that just perfect, Right, so now we need to do decimate it ourselves, because obviously it's a bit high poly for what we need, just a tad. So I do a time like that just to get myself started. You can also do it then while we're at it, because this is already an averaged out fully retopoed model, so you don't have to do that much. Exactly, dude, exactly, Pat. That is what it's all about. It's like, this is why I bought a 3D Coat, because when I seen it do this, after watching all those tutorials of people sitting in Blender for hours, dragging these bloody squares about, I'm thinking, what? Is that how you make models? Really? That's what you got to go through to get a model to work in Unreal Engine? That can't be right. And then I found this program, and it was like, that's more like it. That's how you should be making models. It's a computer, it's supposed to do shit like this. This is its job, to do the boring crap, so we don't have to sit and do it. So, there you go. That's my glowing recommendation for Retopology. Does the boring crap so you don't have to do it. There we go. And do we even need any of this lot? Probably not. Again, just if you do every second one, that seems to work best to average it out to begin with, so you don't take away too much. Obviously I want to leave a bit here because that's where the bend is, and that's going to affect the shadows if I don't put enough detail into it. So that looks, again, I could probably take more off, but now I'll leave it. Let's go mad. What I will do though, is where I will put some detail is in the trim, because we've got, you know, kind of 3 bulges essentially, but we don't have, we're just letting the normals do all the work essentially to get that bulge. And it's nice sometimes to get a wee helping hand and just add a wee extra edge in, just to help it along, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my split rings. Hang on, just get another edge, just make sure. Remember, I'm just doing 1/2 because it's all symmetrical, so I won't have to ever worry about 1/2 at a time, really. I'll tidy these bits up later, I just want to get them. Yeah. Get them, and then I'll do my split rings, and I'm going to add another edge there, and another one right in the middle. Yeah. And what that does is it makes it a lot easier, or it will make it a lot easier for the normals and the geometry to kind of describe the shape a bit better. Oops. That's the theory anyway. That's what usually happens. So what I'll do is I will, okay, so we're on that side, okay. We're on that side, remember. On the blue side. So what we'll do is I'll give it a wee relax. See how that's... It's a bit bunched up here. Yeah, it seems to be an extra thing there. Because it reckons that's probably going to be a seam line or something, so... Dude, that feature is alone worth the asking price. Yes, yes, absolutely, it is. Because, honest to God, it's just awesome. I mean, the amount of time you save, it's just ridiculous. Actually, that's a bit wonky there, isn't it? Yeah, because that. So again, I'm not using that line there to the best advantage. It should be really there. So you can just do that and then delete that other one. Just to be lazy. Right. Well, what we'll do is slide over a bit. Yeah, slide that one over a bit. Just try to make the best use of what you got. Just maximise every single polygon, if you can. If you can't, it's not a big problem. I mean, you get 64-bit programs these days. I mean, they've got tons of memory and stuff, but still, it never hurts, I suppose. Take a few polygons off here and there when you can. But don't get all, you know, some people get like massively anally retentive about it. Yeah. I mean, we're down to, what is it, 800 triangles for this? That is medium poly. Vergeo and high, I suppose. But this is for a close-up. I mean, you're going to see this in the animation, so it has to be decent enough to survive a close-up. That's the way I look at it. So that's the quality I'm building it to, is to survive a close-up. If that makes sense. It's kind of like what you're doing, Pat, now Tedra. I mean, your Muvizu guy would not survive a close-up necessarily, but it didn't matter because that's for exteriors, that's for him driving along. And that video of him driving along looked awesome. That really did. I mean, that was, a Muvizu character driving a car. Never happened ever. Not convincingly anyway. And that was convincing. I'm still stiffing a bit. Still a bit cold up here. A bit cold. It's freezing. See, these are running along these lines here. So let's try keep them running along these lines here. But then, yeah, that's when you start to find out when things aren't lined up. And that's to do with your edge flow and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick this line down here in the trough. The why you decimate all your lines first, obviously. You'd have a lot more lines to deal with. See, if the lines were dead straight to begin with, then you could just do slide edges and just slide the whole lot up. But usually they're not all that straight, and you can't get around it. Still, all this tweaking is still a lot easier than creating this from scratch using any other method, though, I think. To get to this point, just the auto-retopology is awesome. Love it. Oh, hang on. To get that one out. It's a wee bit tricky sometimes selecting things past the symmetry line, but there you go. And that gives me a nice line right along there. That one is there. That one's kind of halfway up. I'm going to sort it. I'll sort it from one edge, I think, and I'm just going to work a bit along. And come in. A little bit of that one. Come on, you. Sorry. Having steering problems. Right, come on. There we go. Well, what could do is, because that one's already quite far down, yeah, just bring that one down a bit. Yeah, oh, see, now it's not. I have to make that smaller for when it starts selecting there. There we go. That looks complicated. Hang on, let's see. Edge loops, shift, click the edge, then transform scale along the y-axis to straighten each loop. Oh, that's so weird. That sounds complicated, but it's okay. So you think you could straighten the loops by doing that? Okay, let's give it a go. So edge loops. Edge loop, get to the right bloody tool first. That'd be a good idea. Edge loops. But that's edge loop, so that's the unwrap though, isn't it? I'm just trying to get these bits. Yeah, I know, but you can shift select that, but I think you meant just shift select an edge and then no. That is on edges, yeah. Alright, okay. The select tool edge emoji. Yeah, that's what I meant now, yeah. Yeah, like that. And then you're reckoning if I do that and then transform scale along Y, that will straighten out. You have to remember there's a bit of a lag here between what I'm doing and seeing the chat and everything. Let's see, which way is Y again? I can't remember. Is that up there? No. I see what you mean. So if I do that again, I'll do that with that one. Come on, you. Don't mess me about. Let's see, because that one's quite messed up. So we'll see if it works like that, and then just transform it, flatten it. Essentially, that's what we're doing. Oh my god, that's cool. That is a good one. Thank you. See, you should be doing this. Well, you probably are doing this because obviously you got your own tutorials that are better than mine. Yeah, that is a good trick. Thank you. That's saved. See, that is a brilliant time saving trick. You wouldn't get this off Blender. Blender doesn't care about you. Yeah, if you transform, if you basically flatten it on the y-axis like you're squashing it flat, you're squashing flat the line, which makes perfect sense. Hang on. Oh. No, I can't select my... Oh, it's because I'm an idiot, that's why. Because... Oh. You know, vertices that way. Okay. Oh, I'm on the wrong vertex. Oh, why is that not lifting up? Oh, I knew. Don't mess me about now. Nope. I seem to have lost an edge here. That might be a side effect of squashing it down. Hmm. Oh no, it's because I'm still on move. Still on select. Bloody idiot. Right, that would help if I was in the right bloody tool. God. Sorry, I'm useless. Oh. Hey, PGTV! How's it going? Welcome to the catastrophe that is my trying to do this. Oh, come on, you just do the bloody practice. Yes, we're having fun here, we're having fun. And 3D Code Training Channel is the real deal, man. He knows what he's talking about. Or she knows what he's talking about, I don't know. But they know what they're talking about, man. They are helping us immensely. And again, just to help out Muvizu, I'm going to put an edge in there and an edge in there because I know what it's like and it's going to make those look horrible if I don't. So let's just work along that edge there, and we are. I got professional help. Yeah, I mean this is how bad it is. We had to have professionals coming in and you know, helping us out here just because I am so clueless. But hey, we do have a coffin-shaped coffin, so you know it's not all bad. It's just getting there. I don't know. I don't know, Pat. That's a good question. I don't know. Again, what I'm doing here is I am moving my edges up to the kind of bevel bit of this. Again, it just kind of help with the shape, help the normals do their job later on, and make the maximum use out of the lines that you got left. It doesn't have to be dead laser straight. These do. That looks terrible. Like I said, your model should be boring looking, should have no interesting shapes in it. Should be nice and boring and straight. Yes, we're still making the bloody coffin. We'll be here making this coffin until we finish. Now if you did any other axis scale, you'd just be making your selection, your line bigger and smaller, which should give you a completely different effect. And if you select all of that, and then do transform, and then do any other axis, you're just going to do that. You're just going to move it out or in, or you know, up or down. But if you flatten it, I mean, obviously it has no visible effect unless it's already wonky, and then it'll flatten it down, which is just a great idea. I like it. Actually, I should have flattened. It's only this bit. We just slide edges down. Not delete edges, slide edges. Just slide it. Oh yeah, I better fix that as well. So many little bits you gotta fix, but you gotta fix them before you commit yourself to doing the other stuff later on. Because if you don't, you're gonna give yourself problems. I know. I speak from long experience. You gotta prepare all of this and do all the tedious stuff. You can't go back later on and go, you know what, I wish I'd have fixed that, because you can't really. Once you started baking stuff and stuff like that, it gets too complicated to go back and fix anything. So get it right first time and you'll be a lot happier. Where's the... oh, there it is. I lost my vertex there for a second. And again, I know that's going to cause me problems, so just that bit with that across as well. Oh, it's on slight edges. Yeah, what I'm going to do, because since I can see the coffin, obviously, because that's the coffin body, I'm going to slide this edge just to behind it. Just like that, so I can just use that to make a baseline, and then everything inside this can get deleted, obviously, because we're not going to see it, because we've got a coffin bottom blocking it. But that gives me enough detail and enough resolution. Yeah, symmetry does sometimes mess with things a wee bit, I found, and it can sometimes really ruin your day. But it works more times than it doesn't, so yeah, it's not too bad. But it can cause problems sometimes, yeah. Never too sure why as well. It seems to be just the way, it seems to be more with voxels as well, more than anything else. And it gets confused with empty volumes and stuff like that, so you got to keep on filling your voids and closing your invisible holes and all this kind of stuff, or else it gets a wee bit upset. Now can we? No, we can't. No, we can't get away with that one. Because that one's inside, and then, right, okay. And it kind of slides off, and that's not going to look good on the texture, really. So that one was outside. Like that. Oh well. No, it's just the way the coffin looks. Oh, that's okay then. That's okay. So right, go. So we're maintaining all the detail on the edges, and then on the surfaces we'll remove all the detail, more or less. Once we've finished it, once we've got that sorted. There's no point in just there's no point in just you know, trying to finish your model straight away. There's going to be intermediate stages. And you always tell as well, I mean, when you delete stuff like this, and if you start to see a lot of lines jumping about the place, that's telling you that you're maybe deleting too much. Relax a wee bit. Relax kind of straightens up your lines and gets rid of all your crappiness. It also kind of stretches your model a wee bit to what it guesses is the best shape for what you're trying to do. It usually guesses pretty good. It does do things like that. What I think we're saying there is put more lines in. There's not enough there, put more in, but no, we're not putting more lines in. Nope, select, not move. We're not going to. We're going to resist temptation, and we're not going to put more lines in. We are going to have it nice and line free. Sorry, edges. Got to keep them. Remember, call them edges. It's not my fault. I've been doing this for a long time. These 3D programs, and they all call everything something different, and it's not helping. It just doesn't help. I can just move that there. Like, yeah, sorry, I'll just move it right to the edges. I don't think my coffin. Yeah, of course, because the coffin trim isn't entirely dead straight either, because I'm built in the cheapness as much as I could, so there is indeed much cheapness. Which amuses me, as you may have guessed. Ah, good, right. So, save, well done, save, right. We managed to make it to a save point. Right, so we've got more, in fact we've got too much detail there, haven't we? Do we need that? Do we really need that? Yeah, we'll leave it. Ah, you gotta pay attention to the chat a wee bit, I suppose. Remove that one, we don't need that. That one, yeah, we don't need that either. We can probably remove. There you go. Now, these things obviously are the ones that I already know. Oh, what did I do there? What did I do wrong? God, everybody tell me. Get on the right side of the symmetry or it's not going to work. You're going to confuse the model, you're going to confuse yourself. A little bit to the edge. Okay. I think that'll do. So what we got? We've got 494 triangles. We see quite a lot of that again in medium poly. That would be medium. To me, I mean, I don't think that's high poly. I think that's medium. Let's see. Yeah, we can get away with that. I think that will work in the program I'm trying to make it work in, which is the most important part. Make it work for your target. Now what I do need, I think, is another line in there. think I do. Yeah, because there was one there and there wasn't one there, so I knew there was something wrong there. Lovely. Right, so we'll just symmetry that over, make sure it's done, turn off that, and there you go, we've got our base bit. Now, I suppose the other thing is we could make the base bit poke up through the coffin body. These are the kind of decisions you've got to make now. Do you want that to be the floor? Obviously I don't really, because I want the coffin, because that's going to be made out of wood. But at the moment, yeah, see? So, we could just delete all this, or we could lower it, or there's different ways you could do it. I think what we'll do is we'll just delete it, but we're going to have to make sure we're on this, you know, inside the edge of this lid, not lid, sorry, this coffin body, and just make sure we're lined up inside body, and then when we delete it, that should lower our poly count and give us the floor of this. It's going to be the best way to do this, probably. Yeah, just drag everything out. Yeah, just turn symmetry back on, move these about, that's going to sort it. Oh, hang on, what we should do is give us a top-down view, so we're doing this without any perspective, so we don't cock it up, which is very important at this stage. Just move it dead centre essentially, as much as possible. Oh, that jump there just to let go of it. Yeah, no, that is because of the auto snap. But that's okay. You can just, because we're flat onto it, you can just turn it off, and it will move only in that axis anyway. That's fine. There you go. Awesome. Right, copy it across. I'll just make sure it's copied across in it. Turn off symmetry, and then we should be able to just select all of these interfaces. Delete them, and we can see our floor, and we shouldn't be able to see the edges of anything else poking out. Nice. Yeah. And again, we can get rid of some of this. There's a bit of high detail there, I think. That one. That one. I'll leave them two just because, again, the shading in the program I'm using, it'll need them. Without them, it's going to give me triangular shadows and stuff like that, and you know, SketchUp style shadows, as I've always thought of them, and that's not good. So okay, so we've got that. We've got our okay. Oh, you know what? That should be in there. I wasn't missing it. It was in the wrong place. So there you go. So far we have 586 triangles for our coffin, which is not bad. I don't think that's too bad. You can, at this stage, obviously you could be putting your edge loops in and unwrapping it and all this kind of stuff, but since it's all going to go in the same UV, I don't really see the point. And also, when you're getting problems with multiple UVs, that can get really confusing. So I always leave all my UV unwraps to the very end. It's the last thing I do, basically, before I'm ready to go. And then you do your baking and stuff like that. But we're not going to do that just now. The edge loops and stuff, I mean, I'm just going to keep on going with the retopology. So the last thing, oh god, the handles. This is just the last thing in the body, not even bloody thing. The whole thing. Right. The handles. Two ways we can do this. We could try and make it out of primitives. No. Not going to happen. We're going to auto-retopologize this and hope for the best. We might have to use a very high amount of polygons to do it, to capture this. Hang on, I'll just turn these off, it's a bit distracting now. I have to use quite a lot to do it, and also I'll turn off symmetry because just you'll see why. In fact, we'll need a little bit of prep for this one, because what we have to do is retopologize just this one. If we try and do it just now, we're going to retopologize all four of them simultaneously. That ain't going to work. With something as complicated as this, what you'd have to do is you have to split this off, which I'll do. I'll go back into the sculpt, and split one off. Or in fact, I'll clone one off actually. I don't need to split it, because just clone one. So we'll just clone that guy there, and stick him in a new volume. There we go. And apply. No, you're right. Alright. Turn off that one, and we should be able to now see if we go back. Oh! Of course, what did I forget to do? I forgot. Oh, crap. I'm doing well. I forgot to increase their density in here, didn't I think it was 16 I needed it for. Actually, yeah, there's a better way of doing that, isn't there? You can match the density somehow. What was that again? You did, what was it, clone space density? Was that what it was? I think it was. But yeah, it just gives you an empty volume essentially of the same density. Right. But they didn't clone anything into it though, because there's nothing in there. That's strange. Well, anyway, it's the same density as that, so I should now be able to do that and then use the clone tool, and then yeah. Now, did that go into that one? I don't know until I turn this off now. Nope. Let me do it. Where the hell did it go? Didn't go anywhere. Okay, that's strange. Okay, let me try that again. Let's just delete all these volumes. Alright, so we've got our handles. Okay. There are our handles. Try that again. We're going to, in fact, okay, I know what we're going to do. We're going to. You can't just. No, you can't. Okay, then. So we're going to clone it with space density. We're going to take this one. We're going to duplicate it. There you go. Oh, no, see, it's went to the same. Duplicated it. Ah, but it's the. Arguing with myself again. The duplicate did it, but it did it for all four. But that's okay. That density thing's a pain in the arse sometimes. So we'll just delete all the other ones. Oh crap, missed a bit. Hang on. I'll come back for it. No, okay, use it. Okay, I should have known better. It wouldn't like that one. No, and also it does help if you're on the right sodden layer. So we have all four handles, which is handy, we need that for later on, and we also have a single handle. Handle. So that in here we're only going to retopologize just that, not all four handles. Because that would be very bad. You don't want to try and do all four, just the one. You could turn symmetry on for this because it is symmetrical and it does help, but it is kind of off. It's a bit skew off the kind of main axis again. Shoot bit down box. No. Where is it? Nope. 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 The symmetry's nowhere near. but we'll try it without, see how we get on. Well, again, first of all, save, and then click. 1,000 isn't going to do it, I just know that for a fact. You can go, I mean, they go up to 10,000 as the kind of recommended maximum, but you can type in any number you like in here. Obviously not recommended, but if you're after something a bit more complicated, it's probably best to start with a kind of mid-high number and then try to work your way down and to the point where it loses the shape. You'll know it loses the shape because you end up with that crazy paving effect. Density modulator is if you've got any skinny bits, like if you had little antlers or antennae or just little skinny bits sticking off, then you would paint them with this thing, and that just gives them extra density so that they don't get missed by the algorithm. Strokes you only use if you actually need them. And you know when you need them because you read that and it tells you. That's how you know when you need them. This can take a minute, but it's certainly a lot easier. I mean, how long is it going to take to retopologize that by hand? You know what I mean? All those stupid little shapes and intricacies and stuff like that. Just talk amongst yourselves. Have a cup of tea. Oh, there you go, first time. Nailed it. I love this program. Yeah, so there you go. Again, same deal. All I have to do is manually decimate that and done. And I don't have, the shape's done. That's the hard bit, is getting that shape right. And trying to get that shape right is a nightmare manually. But doing all this, easy. It will be asymmetrical, I suppose, a wee bit, but that's okay. I like it. Right, that to start with. Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, you could actually have it perfect. If you put up to 10,000, Pat, you could have absolutely, I mean, the perfect rendition of it if you wanted a really high poly thing, and you could increase that as well, because you'd select that, and then you'll make that higher resolution as well, because you can subdivide it and all this kind of stuff. You've got all that. I mean, you can go to town on this. You can make this as detailed as you like. You can make it Pixar quality if you like. But you better have enough memory to do it. That's why I deleted those shapes earlier on, because I get to about 19 million triangles in the sculpt room, and then things start to slow down. And I've got 16 gig. It's only an old i5, mind you, with a 970, so it's not like the most powerful rig in the world, you know. But it does. I'm in GL mode as well. Don't need that. Oh, you do need that. Ah, crap. Sometimes, yeah, they share wee bits like that. Okay, I'll let you do it. You always get these weird wraparound ones that wrap around the whole model because they went all kind of skew with. This is quite straight. I'm quite impressed how straight this was. A lot of times it goes kind of, you know, wonky. It starts here and then the lines drift up here, and that's when you use your edge strokes. Sorry, your strokes, and what you do is your strokes is you draw a line essentially from where you want these sort of lines to go. You know, your main ups and your main downs. It's all strokes that really are. Just a guide to try and help the algorithm that does this to help you along. I mean, just try doing that in Blender, for God's sake. I mean, you're going to be there forever. I've seen people doing it in Blender and it takes them forever. And I thought, no thank you. Give me this. Oh, now there's a thought. Do I keep... At this point as well, you want to be thinking about, you know, do you want to keep it aligned? Do you want to economise with your lines? And get the best out of them, you know, try and just... There's wee bits here and there, you're going to have to be glitchy bits, you're going to have to come back and fix. You're just going to make it a mental note as you're going, but don't try and fix everything well as you're going, because you'll get distracted, you know, the little stuff forever. And you got to get on with it, just get the main stuff done. Edges. Always leave extra on your edges. So that one goes behind, and then it goes in front, but yeah, get rid of that. So that looks another edge, because see, it's not exactly symmetrical, but that's okay. Symmetrical enough. Like I say, perfect symmetry is the enemy. I just hate perfect symmetry in models. It does my head in every time when people put them into their movies and stuff, and it's like, it's perfect symmetry. That doesn't happen in nature. Anybody else working on movies just now, or is everybody else just looking at making models? And feel free to give us your life story in the chat there, you know, because you're just sitting here watching me do this. So may as well amuse yourself with other things. Oh, that's a bit gubbed there. Down a bit. Thank you. Yeah, I was trying to make it look as boring as possible. Make it no interesting shapes. Nope, that's too interesting. That isn't even in, like a technical drawing. That's what you want to aim for. If it looks like crazy paving, you've done it wrong. Go back and start again. That's my experience. Yeah, these clamshell things, man, I don't know. We need obviously a lot more vertical detail than we need horizontal, because the vertical lines is, again, what's going to give us our shapes. So we can help the normals a bit, just believe in them, and then just start. There you go. Start with the wraparounds. I like those because it saves you a lot of time, and it gets rid of those lines that are not then, you know, parallel to each other. Sometimes. Yeah, it goes up a bit wonky here. So I'll add extra wee lines and stuff around the details that need it. Generally speaking though, you can just keep on hacking away at it until you get to something that looks like the same shape and hasn't lost anything despite you removing all these lines. Yeah, it's holding up pretty well. I've got one there to keep. Oh, some of these are back lines that you're not going to see either. Or back edges. Stop calling them lines. It's not technical to call them lines. Sorry, I'll get it to my head one day. They are lines. I mean, they're no. Yeah, edges. Yeah, edges. Or loops. Some things call them loops, don't they? Oh yeah, get rid of that one. A bit busy around the back here. Yeah, that's going to be facing onto the coffin, but I don't really like to delete too many because sometimes at some edges you'll be able to, you know, you may be able to see down there or something. You'll see through the hole. So I do like to leave a face on there if I can, even if you can't see it, just to make sure. So probably just simplify that right down. And a minute. Or I might even do that in a different stream because it's taken a long time. It always does take a lot longer than you think it's going to take. I thought I was going to get this done in 2 or 3 streams, but nah. It takes a while. Ironically enough, the painting part is the quick bit. Painting takes no time at all. Just because the way 3D coat works, you just slap it on and it works and that's it. You know, wood on there, metal on there. Done. Move on. Okay, I'm gonna try 3 hours total, yeah. 3 hours total just to warm up, just to get some heat into my fingers, which is quite comfortable now. What I'll do is I shall save. I'll save first before you try something, and then relax. Let's see how we're getting on with the relax. The relax shows you more or less what the shape is going to be, or the best that this can make out of that shape is going to be this, which is not bad. Evens out your lines. Again, as you can see, these are a bit more evened out now. Oh yeah, the painting in 3D coat is awesome. Yeah, I do like it. Again, just painting the Robo Woman and painting your muscles on and stuff. I could have done it much more gory, but the The dude who was doing the album cover for didn't want it that gory. He just wanted it kind of techno looking. Yeah, I mean, just even as a painting thing, I mean, it's like, as I've said, I mean, you can get substance and do all that kind of thing in substance, but you can do kind of more or less most of that in 3D Coat manually and have control over it. And it's not Substance that did it, it was you. It always feels a bit cheaty, I think, Substance. Oh, no, it's not good or anything, it's just, you know, I'm an artist, I like doing artistic-y things. I don't like it when programs take it away from me and it's like, no, we'll do it for you. I like painting. It's the only bit of this process I actually get a kick out of is doing the painting. So that one's not going anywhere, so we'll just collapse it. This one you have to start collapsing. Like I say, this back face here is way too complicated. So what we're going to do is we're going to collapse the thing down. Because if you start deleting edges, of course you're going to delete all your edges. So you're not going to be able to get rid of things so easy. So you collapse your edges a bit. And again, this is not going to be seen by anybody, so we don't care how crap this looks. But I do want a face on the back of this. Oops. Merge them all up. And we can, we can delete, yeah, we should do that. There you go, we've got a back face. Very simple back face, but and it gives us all of them. Cap that off, because we've got a big hole in it, and we've screwed our lines there, but that's okay, we'll just kind of split in there. But it won't go past triangles. So I'll just do it manually. Oops. You have to watch your angle here because it will snap. Try to snap. Oh, it does help. It would help if I turned auto snap on, wouldn't it? Duh. It will try to snap to the shape as best it can. So it can't do it there because there's not enough geometry. Oh crap. But there's the thing with the auto snap is that it can snap to the wrong place. So sometimes it's helpful to have it on, sometimes not. So in this case I'm going to leave it off until I get that done. Oh, there's a wee hole there. There, collapse that. Yeah, this back edge looks a bit crap, but that's okay, you're not going to see it. It's like this. All you need to do is, again, the same things you did with all the rest of them, is just collapse them down. Get rid of all these stupid edges. Nope, that went to the wrong face. Oh no, that is the right face. Okay, that is just so crap. It's not even lined up properly. All I'll try to do is just get rid of the trash really, because it's like you're going to end up, you know, you have a budget here, you have a polygon budget, and you're trying to stay within that budget if you can. Sometimes you get some weird looking geometries and you're thinking, what the hell? So it's best to just kind of delete it out of existence. Oh, well, you could just accept the original, the original if you want, but when you export it, you're going to end up with a very high poly, relatively speaking, thing, which is unnecessary. So it's up to you. I mean, you can do it. It's like you don't have to take the auto-retopology, but it does. You know, I mean, it does mess up stuff as well. You have to. You can't accept what it does 100% usually. There's always some cleanup, I've always found. And it does things like that as well, where it's all going a bit backwards here, I'm not sure. I think just try and cap that off. Now I see if you've got things in front of that. So whenever you see like an overlap, then you know something's usually going wrong. So what we'll do is we'll add another line. Between there a bit, and there a bit. It's see if we can move them. Yeah, I see it's there. Don't know it's not back on. Move that there. Move it up. Move you up there. Oh, there's that's the line that was called. Eventually you'll find the line that was causing the issue, and it was that one there. And if I move that back in there, hey, here we go. So we've now got something that works. Just join up all these faces, just so that everything's capped off. Yeah, I mean, you could. I get if the higher you put the capture rate, essentially, of the auto-retopology, the more kind of excess trash it's going to generate by accident, just because it's trying to generate stuff for shapes that it shouldn't really bother with. But it doesn't know. It's just guessing. It does a good guess mostly. Okay, and what I think it will, I don't need to. See, it's not so bad on this side. On this side, it's pretty good. I was about to say, do I need to, put symmetry over and stuff, and I don't. Oh, crap. And you see, that's one that's a wee end going there, which we shall delete. And fix that. There we go. Oh crap. Yeah, that'll work. Nope. Just get that off. Yeah, so this side's pretty good. Couple of crappy bits, but generally speaking, that's alright. There you go. And we'll stick an edge loop probably in there, I think, yeah. Keep that looking semi-decent. Put an edge in there. Just help that around the corner. There you go. Yeah, you're not going to see that around the back edge, so you don't have to worry about it too much. Oh, I didn't know that. You can fill a hole when using add split and you hold shift. Ooh. Oh, so you have to use the cap tool, but there you go. Oh, there's a hole there, let's see. So if I just hold down shift. Oh, look at that! I'm learning so much. We're all learning so much. Like, don't even have to switch to the cap tool. Awesome. That is awesome, yes. See, this is the thing, is 3D code does so much awesome stuff. Hang on a second, I've got to do something. Back in one moment. Okay, right. Oh god. Oh, the wrong way around. Oh, okay. Right. So this this thing here is way too much. Every alternate one is always a good way to start, and then you kind of, oops, and you kind of guess it from there. Nope. Yeah, we're starting to Start to lose geometry here, but I can do that now. Oh, no, don't do that. That's joining from there to there, which is not good. You don't want to do that. It has to be, yeah, like that. Oh, like that as well. You can see the direction. When did they add that? I never even noticed that was there. That's cool. And we'll. Oh, so that's flat there, so we don't need that. But no, we don't need that. No. So where are you? Awesome. Actually, I might need that for the centre line here. Yeah, try to think of the best way to use my lines to get the most out of this. And I think what I'll just do is I'll just add like that. There you go, and then add a wee word. No, just be as long as you're on add shift, then it'll do it. Cap automatically does it because it's got that seek and destroy sight thing on it. So you can caps. I think is when you've finished your model and you don't know if there's any holes you want to check, and you use cap to find them, and it will always point them to. You can't miss them. You know, as you can see. Which reminds me, I should fix that while I'm here because I did leave big gaps in it, didn't I? I didn't fix it completely. Again, it's around the back, no one can see it, but I just don't like all the extra, you know, the cost, the overheads basically of doing that, of leaving them is not so good, and you've got all that junk here, and God knows what that's going to do to your model, so it's better to just clean it all up, just make sure. And if it looks like you can't see something, you have to sometimes get the angle on it, so you're looking on it, face on it. Oh, I'm going to be doing that all the time now with the shift thing, it's awesome. Let's put you close to there, there, and then making just, yeah, just drag up. And drag it there, there. Again, we've got auto snap on, so we are conforming to the shape of the model. So yeah, it's a bit tighter. And what we'll do with that one, just yeah, there we go. And that's a bit better. Horrible shape. There you go. And that's a weird looking shape there. That's not good. That's no. You see, that's supposed to be, yeah. Right. Let's just get rid of you. Yeah. They weld together when you drag the points together. When they get, or when you're doing specifically vertices, I should say, they will snap together if they are too close to each other. Snap to the wrong place, but that's okay. Move that up there. No, in fact, moving that down there because we're going to do, yeah, we're going to do one across there. Oh no, no, right. Nope, we can't do that one. Okay, so in that case we shall delete that. There you go, almost there. As you can see, we've got we're kind of one step out essentially of all this. This is how to do your edge flow and stuff like that. It just makes it easier if you try to draw it later on, if the edge flows actually make some sort of sense, because your UV makes some sort of sense. So you're helping yourself by keeping these edges, you know, straight and in some sort of way, some sort of way you can navigate it. There we go. So that's kind of crap, but that will do. And then we just move them down a bit. Just move them in there. Move you guys down. Nope. There you go. No more holes. Work it. No more holes. Yeah, that's a very good point as well. I keep forgetting I can't move my tablet to the other side. Yeah, sometimes when you try to do a retopo or auto-retopo, it doesn't work right, and it's like it's because you've got holes in your mesh, or because you've got an invisible hull problem, or all kinds of things to do with your original sculpt can be problematic, which is why it's got to be totally solid before you move on. And when I say solid, I mean literally solid. It has to have no holes in it, no invisible curves or bits that are, you know, tucked into other bits that you can't see. That's why it's got all that invisible hull stuff. And here, especially if you on the handles, two most important ones I've found when you're working on it is fill voids and close invisible hulls before you move on to other rooms. You have to have done them at least once to your model to make sure there's no little, you know, air bubbles. I mean, literally you get air bubbles in the clay, as it were, in the voxels. It's quite crazy, but it's pretty much how it works. It'll blow up your kiln. Where are we at now? Right, so that looks pretty cheap. It is pretty high poly actually. It's quite a lot. Oh, because I haven't done that side as well yet. And get rid of that one. You're looking a bit overly detailed as well. Do that. Try to work out how much cheapness do I want. I think that'll do. I think that's about reduced enough as somebody get away with. What I have to do, just to help the normals. Oh, look at that. See, what did I forget to do? I forgot to turn on my cap tool to see if there's any holes, and there is holes. Okay. Oh, I love being able to do that. Just change tools, that's brilliant. 3D coat trading, you've done me a world of good, thank you. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you reserve your polygons for where you need it. Around the back, can be any old crap, doesn't matter. You're not going to see it. Unless, of course, you're looking down at it like that, or like that. You've got to kind of, you know, it's always a compromise between detail and how good it's going to look on in your finished program, because only you know how good it's got to look. Yeah, I want to keep that curve there, so that's nice, I think. So yeah, okay, let's try. Let's just snap you down, just make sure you're all completely down with the program. Yeah, you relax, just a couple. Yeah, and just to kind of even out all my crappy boxes here to make everything work a wee bit better. It's nice. If there's any n-gons, any 5-sided things in there, I think we can get rid of them here. Yep, remove n-gon, and that will just put a triangle to complete the n-gon. So basically, Muvizu won't chuck a fit, and your textures won't chuck a fit. So what we're going to do is just manually cheat and give these a little bit of detail that they don't really have. Because obviously it's a circle, well, it's supposed to be a circle type thing, so let's help it along. There you go. And that will help the normals quite a bit. Same with indentation, same trick, just do it in reverse. Nope, not delete. Nope. I'll tell you something, 3D Coat training manual. There's one thing about 3D Coat that I've always hated, and I don't understand why you can't do it, is see these along here? Why aren't these in the right order? Sculpt should be first, then UV, or no, sorry, then retopo, then UV, then paint, then tweak, then render. I mean, surely that should be the order they go. Why is it in this order? Why can't you change it? I have to try to drag them about the place. Is there? Oh crap, spike vertex where? Sorry, I was complaining about something else. Yeah, sometimes that happens when you, yeah. Sometimes when you snap, it'll snap to the wrong surface, it'll snap to the inner surface rather than the outer surface, which can be problematic, obviously, because it can mess up your stuff. So what I've got to do is try and find a thing. So I'll just turn down the opacity a bit, turn off you, turn off completely because I don't need to see them. And Coffin don't see it. But where is it? Where is it? Oh, I just that one there. It's not good. It's a big one. Left side front, is it? So I was just reading the chat there. Yeah. Yeah, no, it should be in that order, shouldn't it? It should be sculpt, or at least we should be able to drag them about into whatever order we want. That'd be nicer. Oh, there you go. Yeah. What's that one? So where's that one coming from? That's from this wee. Got a wee tangle in there, so best bet there is. So you can't even select it because it's underneath everything because it's snapped to an internal face, and this whole wee bit here, it just went into a bit of a mess. There we go. And that was because of the snap and the relax and stuff. Sometimes they do that. That's okay. See, it's just because this bit was very under vertex. No, that's not a word. Just didn't have enough detail to preserve what we're trying to do here. So I'm just going to put in some detail. That makes kind of sense to the shape of this thing, and that should, as long as you're making quads, triangles and stuff like that, nothing looks like an easier painting, then you're doing alright. There's a bit in there, it's a bit gubbed, but yeah, there is a mess back there. Yes, I know, PJ. I know, it's hell. It's okay. We're not worried about that one too much. We are. Oh, that black mess. Oh, that would just be I wanted a face. Yeah, I just wanted a face, and that was what I did. Just make faces round the back here. I should really tidy that up, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should. Okay, I'll tidy it. Just because you said it, I'll tidy it up. Okay. Okay. Oh crap. Yeah, it kind of jumps about when you're going for your vertices there, right? Okay. Okay, I'll just do that then. Alright. I just wanted them all sort of joined up so I could get rid of them quicker. So that's why they were like that. I don't need that line there. No, I don't need you. Don't need you. There we go. Again, you'll get some crappy little overlappy bits at the back here and stuff like that that's going to mess up your normal maps and your ambient occlusion and all this kind of stuff, but you're not going to see it, so we don't care. Oh yeah, I'll do the same on this side actually. Just... oh man. I'll just leave. And this bit back here is going to be all messed up shadow-wise, but that's okay. We don't care. All the rest, I'll just leave it. Nobody's going to see it. It's alright. The back bits, we should simplify them as well. This is when collapse can come in handy, because you can just sort of go in and just do all that. But I was wondering, is there a way that you can do reverse subdivide? Essentially, select all of that and just make it less, you know? Yeah, oh, do it faces. Because it'd be nice to be able to just select like that. Alright, and then go there it is. Subdivide. But I have a like the opposite subdivide, which would be to make it simpler and reduce it to a simpler number of faces. That's a tool I would like to see, and I've never seen that in any 3D package. Because sometimes all you want to do is you still want to keep that face, but you just want to reduce it by quite a lot. So it'd be nice to have a reverse subdivide, if you know what I mean. So just try to guess where it goes flat and leave a little. I would like to leave a little edge beyond where it goes flat, a little wraparound, so I'll never go right up to the edge. See, that's too close. Oh no, I don't want to do it there because obviously it's peeling off the coffin surface, so you're going to be able to see there's nothing there. So just when it stops being flat. There you go. So those and those we don't need. There you go. That saves a few polygons. And see over here. This one's a bit easier actually to mark out. Again, if you added lots and lots of polygons to begin with your retopo, and you have really thousands and thousands of them, it's fine, just can delete them. The auto-retopology bit is all about capturing the shape. It's not about your final thing. I mean, it will never, or very rarely will it give you your final model. Yeah, that's not really the point, I don't think, is to give you your final model. It's just to help you along getting there, and that certainly has. So I mean, that's good enough to paint already. I think though I might have overdone it on the front bit here. I don't know. I don't feel confident about that. I would like maybe another in there, and then slide that one down a wee bit. Oh crap! No, it's the update on the graphic tablets. A wee bit slow sometimes. Oh. That's better. Yeah, that'll do. Right, so save. And that should do for that. It's quite high detail for what it is really, and I could have spent a lot more time refining it and making it more optimised, but time's pressing on. And of course I still haven't done that, but I forgot to do that. Did the same trick over here. Oops. Now to there, and just help the normals do their job by making that look more like what it's supposed to be. Same up here, put that in the middle, and then you can just sort of edge it a bit. Choose what you've got. In fact, I can use that there and there. Hollows are actually harder to do than, you know, raised bits, I think. For the normal bit anyway. Seems that way. It's harder harder to get the shape. You need a bit more. If I do there maybe. There you go. And then just add one there. Nice. And that's how you help your model along, really. You just kind of fill in the wee bits that the normals are going to have to do all the work for, and just give it a wee bit of help. It's a bit, okay, this is kind of weird over here. Oh right, I see, that's supposed to be up there, that's why. Okay, let's go across there, and that's kind of the simplest way of doing it. Yeah, it's a bit primitive though. I'll add another one. Again, it doesn't have to be 1,000,000% accurate, it just has to... that will help a lot on the model, especially at that bit when it's doing the shadows and stuff. It's going to help a lot, just having the physical indent and not just the normals to actually do it. Same here with the wee bumps here. Having an actual physical bump is going to give you a much better looking model than having just the normals do it. So, okay, are we finished now? Stop dicking around with it. Yeah, okay, let's call that done for that. What do we need to do still? Turn all that off. Okay, so we have... Okay, so we've got one lid screw which we're going to duplicate. We've got one handle which we're going to duplicate. So all we've got left to do is the lid, and we're done retopologizing and we can paint the thing. Woo! So, I don't know if I should try and do painting in this session because I've already been here for 2.5 hours, so I don't want to keep you here all night while I'm doing this. Although I have done that on occasion. I've sat here for like 6 hours just doing a model just because, you know, once it works and it's doing its thing, it's great just to keep going. Okay, don't need them. Now the lids I'm going to have to do something with it because I was planning to have it. Hang on, just turn all this stuff off just now. I was planning to have it like that then, so I could have a nice cheap edge to that. I'm thinking what I'm probably better off doing is just merge those two together, make another object, merge those two together, and that will kind of give me that edge. I'll just smooth it down a bit and it will just make it look like an edge and let the normals do that bit. Let's try to work out, should that be higher or lower? Let's see, in the original it was... Can't really see where the original was kind of... more or less flush with it, isn't it? Yeah, alright. Oh, hang on, I messed up the chat over here. Hang on. Right. Right, so jump back to sculpt. Let me just, I keep forgetting. A retopo primitive. Well, I did use a retopo primitive to make the coffin because it starts off with a square, didn't I? You mean you want me to use a retopo primitive for this? Because I was just going to auto-retopo it again because the edges. Actually, you could take the trim. Now there's the thought, I could actually take the trim off the bottom of the coffin, bring it up here. In fact, I could do that. That'd be even easier. Hang on. Just as brave, because that, whatever it is, that is that, isn't it? I mean, that came off of that. So we take a copy of that, put it up there, stick it onto there, fill in the top and bottom to give us a lid, top and bottom, and then we'll use the voxel sculpt still for our normal map, as usual, which will give us our cheap ass scene, which will look nice. What I should do then, if we did that, primitives is parametric, okay. Hang on, I'll get to that in a second. 3D Goat training manual is training me on the job, and I'm having trouble keeping up. Let me just get that's right. I just want this to be. Oh, wait a minute, I thought that already. Of course, the lid's that one. Oh, but of course, if we do that, it'll squish everything. So, what you got to do is chuck that out into the roots. So, so not too much, just a wee bit underneath the edge, just like that. Yeah, perfect. And go in uniform space. That'll do. No, I'm interested in the idea 3D Coat training channel, which it's a bit of a mouthful to say. But I don't want to say 3D Coat because it'll sound like I'm talking to the program. It sounds like I'm mental. Yeah, I mean that. Let's see now. Primitives under the strokes tool. Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, I should demonstrate that one. I get what you mean. Sorry. Yes. Yes, you're absolutely right. I shall demonstrate that one first before I move on. I am going to use that. What was said, I'm going to use that because it's already done. I mean, there's no point in duplicating it, so we'll just use that. But another way to do a model, and it's a good way as well, especially if you've got an irregular shape, and it's an alternate way of doing it if the Auto-retopo can't do it, is use strokes. And you use, I mean, the Blender has this as well, I'm sure. They call it something different, probably. You know, it's like, and it is, what was that under again? Strokes. There we go. And all you do is, oh, so I'm going to do this crap way, but all you do is you just draw your lines, and then, oh, yeah, I didn't cross that one, you know. And then when you hit enter, it doesn't do anything. Okay. What am I doing? Oh no, wait a minute. I should be in a. Yeah, sorry. Again. These are really accurate, as you can tell. So when you hit enter, there you go. You have your geometry, and you can do the usual and mess about with it and do all your stuff, and it's still snapping to the surface because you drew it on the surface, so it's automatically snapped to the surface. So that's another way of doing it. You can just draw your lines. You can draw straight lines. You can also do all this kind of wobbly stuff that I was doing. But you can draw straight lines by using it's control when you do it, and then oh no, that's you getting your strokes. So, you know, your mad kind of bendy stuff. What is it? How does you do straight? Oh yes, shift to straight line. Yeah, like it, and then you like that. It just holds it to that. And control gives you your mad bendy points and stuff, so you can do all your crazy curves. That didn't work. I'm not surprised that didn't work. But that's what strokes is. That's another way of doing it. Basically, you just do the crisscross, hit enter, and it does that. It can be good for some situations. In some situations, it's not so good. It depends. There's lots of different ways of doing it. Again, this is the strength and the weakness of all of these sort of programs. You've got so many different ways you can approach the same thing. Like even doing that, you know. I did not see the under the strokes tool with primitives button under the stroke. Oh, you mean there is? I see what you mean. Stroke primitives. I see what you mean. I hadn't thought of that. 6 months ago. Oh, I don't know if I caught up that much. Wait a minute, I don't see strokes primitives. I see strokes. No, I don't see primitives on here for some reason. I don't know why. No, I don't actually. I like being thick here, but I can't see a primitives button here, and a transform snap and all the rest of them here, but I don't see a primitives under strokes, which I'm under at the moment. Oh, you mean that primitive? Oh, sorry, I see what you mean. Right under. I was expecting it to come up under the commands. Sorry, my mistake. Sorry, I'm an idiot. So, okay, and then you can do. So I take it then I would, yeah. I was right underneath it. I'm looking down here for because that's where primitives usually appears. Is right there, yeah, and it's right there. In fact, you should actually move that to there because then it's in the same place. Because primitives lives here under commands. It doesn't live up there. We all know this. So does that mean then I could just draw? Oh, does that mean I can draw strokes through this before I do that? I've never used this tool, so I don't know. How do you use it? Do you buttons? Okay. I just wonder how do you draw a stroke on it then? Do you? I don't know. I've never used this tool, so I don't know how it works. Alright, I can just do the divisions there. Ah, I see. Ah, right. So it's like the yeah, I get you. It's like the actual primitive as well that gives you the subdivisions that you can use before you actually use it. I get you. Just, yeah. Yeah, that's handy. See, that's what I was looking for earlier on, just a simple box with no edges. So yeah, I could have used that, and then you go simple box, or maybe just one edge, just for that, and then you go. That would save time, yeah. I'll put that out. Is it ah, yeah. Because it will snap anyway, wouldn't it? It will snap down to the shape, yeah. Damn, so many cool tools in this program. But anyway, yes, we're getting distracted. Yeah, it's a good option. It really is. That's I didn't even know that. I've never actually used that because I never realised what that was. I thought that was primitives, like these sort of primitives. I thought that was. I didn't realise that was strokes primitive. So again, if that's that, then that should really, pop out of that or something. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those UI things you've got to work on. Because that's one thing that people do complain about, as you know, with all these programs, is the UI is just horrendous a lot of times. Of necessity, because that's how it works. Get rid of that. Right, so trim Coffin. So what we're going to do is we're going to clone that because we just need that. We're going to select it with faces, because for some reason faces work best. I don't know. I've already got the bottom there done. That's good. And then we clone it, and it automatically clones it in exactly the same place, so it's not moving anywhere. It's not doing anything. Right, you just lift it up, and there it is. You see the kind of shadow of where it's going to be. Obviously, we haven't applied it yet, so nothing's happening yet. I need to move it close. Doesn't have to be exact, just close. Okay, PG, PGA TV. I can barely speak. Sorry. Have fun. Not doing housework. You always seem to be off doing housework. It's amazing you've got time to do any retopo stuff. Right, and that should do. Then you can see it's created a new retopo object over here into its own volume, so it doesn't mess up this volume. And it asks us, do you want to snap it to that? And we do. Yes, we do. And there you go. Done. And then we just need to make top. Yeah, you do it the easy way, you just cap it. Ooh, there you go. And then turn that one off. You don't want to affect that one as well. In fact, that may have affected that one as well. Let me just turn that back on and undo that. There we go. Always be aware of what's visible, because whatever's visible you're working with, whether you like it or not. So this one, yeah, I'll just put that across. No, that was very slick. Let's try that again. Cut. And you join up lines and that'll give us decent shadows. When my mouse is a bit small. So another thing I've noticed is the mouse radius when I'm moving about. I think it's something to do with the graphic tablet. The mouse radius always goes down to 0 without me doing anything. I'm pretty sure it's I've got a Wacom graphics tablet, and when I use the right mouse to move about, like if I do that kind of stuff, it seems to affect the radius, or maybe it's the left mouse. I don't know. But it's a weird one. I don't know if anybody else has ever noticed that, but it's weird. The brush size always drops to 0. That is not a good edge. What is that? That is also not a good edge. That is okay. Yes, it's not perfect. That's okay. That's a bit fussy up here, isn't it? That's a bit... Do we need all that? No, we don't need all that. Oop. It's because of that diagonal. There we go. Right. Again, try and help the normals a little bit here by just moving these right into that. You see it's moving about, changing colours because it's taken to the shape better or worse in this case, because what it did there was it snapped to the inside trim of the lid, I think. Let's check something. Yes, because we're only snapping to the lid and not the lid and the trim. So I think if we put them both into there, don't know that now. Snap properly? Yeah, because it's obeying the hierarchy. Yeah, that's... Yeah, no, it's not great out. And you see the kind of where the bevel of the trim is distinct to the join line between the lid and the top, which is good. Up to a point. What I'm wondering is I might need to add another, yeah. Alright, just move that up because it's looking like an awful lot of work for that curve. Alright, how's that? Okay. We've got our crappy edge seam, we've got yeah, I need to add those lines. Again, just because Muvizu What's those? There you go. That's the lid done. So remember, is name it, because another thing that another good addition lately to 3D Co has been this thing here, name correspondence for baking, which is a long readme all about it, but essentially it tells you what you've got that is models that don't correspond to retopo shapes, and you want them to correspond. You want them to correspond in the same hierarchy as well, because then it shades them properly in the right order and stuff like that. So that's something to keep in mind as well, is your naming has to be, you know, very regular. Before I start, because that's everything, isn't it? Let's turn that off. Is that everything? Yeah. Yeah, we've done that, got that. Just got to duplicate that stuff up. Now, before I do all that, obviously save, obviously, and we have to make sure that they're all going to be on the right UV layer. You can split them. I mean, you could have the coffin bottom bit have its own UV and the lid have its own UV and stuff like that. But I prefer not to. Now we've got to try and work out, I think, okay, it's not that default, that's the default we're using. So, I don't know what's supposed to be on that default, but, okay. Select all faces, jump to that face. So what is on this face? I mean, what is in here? There's nothing in here. Delete that. No, still got two. Well, what we can do is so I'm trying to select all the faces of the layer and it's not doing it. Wait a minute. No! Yes, yeah, maybe that probably be a better idea to rename it, yeah, because causing them, see, why does it call the new one default again? It shouldn't be default 01 or 02 or something like that, just so you don't confuse the hell out of people. Because believe me, it confuses the hell out of me. Okay, so we're renaming this one Coffin. Okay, so that's the one that should be working. This one, I can't delete it. Ah, there you go. It was that one there. Right, okay. So, we're going to go to the Coffin UV and we move selected faces. Oh no, wait, that's. Am I going to do it? I think I will. Nope. Nope. Let's get rid of it. Okay, hang on a second. How to show, because this can be a problematic area when you're trying to deal with UVs. Yeah, renaming the current UV is a good idea because at least you know which UV you're dealing with. And then the second thing is you've got to try and get this, which is on its own UV, onto the main one. And this is the problem. And I just did it the wrong way because I was trying to move something. I was trying to move the wrong thing. But this is what you're supposed to do. Yep. What you're supposed to do is your faces, yep. Be on the correct UVs and go to faces. Select all that, right. So there's this, and I'm going to move the selected to the Coffin UV. And there you go. So I'm going to go to the Coffin UV now, and now I'm going to delete unused. It should. There we go. So we've got ourselves down to one UV. That's what I was trying to start before we moved on because I knew that was going to be a problem. the very first model I made in 3D Coat that actually had a UV and stuff, that confused me for weeks because I didn't realise I had 2 defaults up there. And in weeks it took me to realise that was the problem. I tried everything else, I couldn't work it out, and it was this move selected to that. That's all it was. So, next thing we're going to do is we've got to move our lid screws into the lid, something like that. We've got to take, it's best to do these one at a time because you'll confuse yourself otherwise. So we don't need the lid itself, we don't need the trim, do you need that visible? Just need that. Okay. So save, since we've sorted that. And I need to do is and the thing is, this is called lid screw, and it's going on to voxels which are called lid screws, so it won't work. So I'll wait until I've finished applying it before I rename it. But that's one of the things you've got to look out for, is to make sure everything's named the same. I'll show you why. That should be exactly, yeah. Try that. Weirdly enough, it didn't ask me if it wanted to auto thingy. Oh, right. I'm going to take. I think what's the best way to do this. See, what I want to do is, see, all these are all pointing the same direction because I just cloned them. I just copied, cloned them. Also, I just noticed that the lid doesn't come up all the way. I'm going to have to move them a wee bit. Hang on. Is that for all the screws? No, it's just for one. Oh, that's the wrong thing I want. In the wrong room for that one. Yeah, that moves all 4. Yeah. So I need to make it. I think I left them floating earlier on just so I could work with them a wee bit easier. Yeah, exactly. This bit here, yes, is the naming correspondence. Very handy. Because if you do it without doing the naming correspondence, it will still work, but it won't work as good. It never does. It really needs the names to correspond and the hierarchy and everything to be the same. Exactly, it makes the top retopo first, because it's top, and then the next one and the next one. It does it in a logical sequence rather than try to do it in a kind of machine sequence, which makes a lot more sense. So back to retopo and our mesh. We select that again. Which part of reselect that don't you get? Here, give it here. Hang on. Oh, because we're still in transform mode, of course. Down. Okay. Right, so I've got one there, and like I said, these are all got holes in them punched in the same direction, which doesn't look very good. So I want them all facing different directions. But if you face them all different directions, now you're going to have to rejig this every time. So what we're going to do is we're going to clone this bugger. You could actually use symmetry to do this, because they are symmetrical, but it's as much trouble to do it this way as you manually, just because it's going to snap to them anyway. Apply that, there you go. Yeah, and it snaps to that, so you go, nice. I'm going to do it again. There's my clone, I've lost my clone. There you go, I'm still on select here. Okay. Actually, no, another thing I would really like in 3D Coat, I wish it had, is to be able to colour code these. So that I could select, you know, I could make that clone red. Basically, just that selection box would be red, and that one would be blue, and that one would be green or whatever. Just so that I could categorise them myself for what I think makes sense. You know? Because I think of this, because I'm not really a computer, you know, architect type person. I fix PCs and stuff. But I'm an artist, that's what I actually do. Not really into all this 3D stuff so much. And I would really like it to be friendlier. Colours help. Colours to colour code what you're looking at help a lot. And if these had colour coding, I'd be able to find the ones I need all the time a lot quicker, because I'd colour code them to be a certain colour, and everything else I would leave grey. It's just how I would do it. Okay, and then last one, just a suggestion. It's just, yeah, it's the same thing with Blender actually. I experimented with Blender trying to get it to look reasonable, but no matter what I did, oops, I don't know what I did there. Right. Yeah, okay, I double applied that one, okay. No, okay, so let's just try that again. Clone. Thank you. Yeah, it'd be nice to have some, I mean, you've got nice colours here on your selection tools for the same reason, just to make it more obvious what each of these axes is, because they're colour coded. So I think the tools and stuff should have some options for colour coding as well. Yeah, see, I never used the preset panel. I know you can, and I even have a key set up in my oh crap, that was yes. Nope, I've not done that yet. What you're saying is absolutely true. You have that, which is the spacebar, I believe. Is it spacebar? I can never remember. Yeah, spacebar, and it pulls up this, which is your quick access thing. But even that, it's like, no, that's right there. Why do I have to pull up a different menu when they're right here? You know, I would just rather be able to work out what these are easier by having them colour coded rather than in black and white. It's the same problem I have with Skyrim actually. In Skyrim, all the map markers are all the same colour, they're all white. So I put in a mod to make the map markers different colours, so I could tell, you know, a farm from a keep and that kind of thing, which made a lot more sense to me. I'm just telling you what, I'm just giving you some user feedback here, because that's what I really would like, is just an easier way to interface with all this. The interface has got some great tools, but trying to access them can be a nightmare. And pulling up another menu to get to the menus with the tools on it just doesn't feel helpful to me. Or not as helpful as it could be. Even Astroneer, Astroneer, early access game, brilliant game actually, you should check out. They added a thing for Christmas where your tether lines that give you oxygen, every time you deployed a new one it changed colour for Christmas, so you could make like Christmas tree lights, and everybody was like, don't you dare change that. You've got to keep that in the programme, because it's so helpful, because people are using it to colour code their paths back to their base and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, alphabetical order, yeah, I suppose, but I tend to look at the shapes of these, you know, these icons, because I use them as icons, but I would really like them to be coloured icons, so that I could tell that from that, because at 1080, it's kind of hard to see exactly what these say, even, you know. Anyhow, okay, we have now selected all of these. There we go. Now we want them to all be facing different directions though, because it looks a bit, you know, they're all very fake looking at the moment. So you go into here, you turn on conform retopo mesh. Now I don't know if this is going to work because these are all one thing, and what I want to do is rotate one at a time. Yeah, compared to this, yeah. A large selection of random objects is hard to navigate. Yes, it is. Even harder if you can't colour code them, which is what I'm saying, or group them, or Yeah, but I'm not saying that the colours should be there. They should be there. I'm saying that it should be an option. If I want to do it, if I want to right click and say I want that to be that colour, then it would be a nice option, because I know it would be pretty simple to implement, really. And it's something, if we want to make it look like a, you know, a rainbow, then, you know, and that helps us, then great. I mean, some colourblind people might actually find it helpful, I don't know. Or autistic people might find it helpful, or I don't know. But to me, I would know I would find it helpful. For one, I would, my vote's in for colour coding these things down here at the side in all rooms, being able to just right click them and change the colour of, you know, that. Yeah, yeah. But I hope he does do it. Honestly, I think it would help. Just, it's a simple thing, but you have to think of the simple things as well for us users, because we're a bit thick a lot of times, so you got to help us. Now, here's the thing. See, I want to rotate these, right? But if I rotate them, and then when I bake them, the shadows of these holes in the middle aren't going to match unless I rotate both. So if I conform retopo mesh, when I rotate them, it should rotate the mesh as well. The problem is, I'm rotating, it's all four of them are all joined together. So what you'd have to do is split them off individually and then rotate them. Or leave it till you get to the end, and then in the tweak room you can individually select them and rotate them, which is what I'm going to do. So, just so you know why I'm ignoring that bit at the moment, because I'm not going to do that, because it'd be too painful. I'd have to basically chop this one image up into 4 separate bits and then rotate each of them separately and then probably recombine them. It's a lot of work. Where were we at? We were... Right, so... As you can see over here, we've got all these copies of the screws as well, which again, we can keep them all separately. Which in fact, we will keep them separately because that makes them separate objects for the tweak room, which is good. Oh no! No, there's a thought. I'm trying to think. Would it be better combining them just now into one, and then yeah, in fact, yeah, it would be better. I think it would be better. Okay, this is when you use this one. So you select all of that, and then you move it into that layer. Select. Did that do that? Okay. Oh, yeah, I see what I'm doing, because there's an original lid screw and then there's all these copies. Right. Yeah, sometimes you end up with multiple copies of the same thing. But what I'll do is... Okay. Since I've got them all there, all I'll do is I'll clear that one out. There's nothing in it. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm trying to work out what ones are on which ones here now. Is that still got the one in it? Okay. Select all of those and stick them into that layer there. So I turn that one off. They're both in there. There you go. That's what I'm trying to do now. So those, yeah, those two there. Select them. Select that layer. Paste them in. There you go. I've got them all in the one layer, so I can delete these layers, which you have to have visible before you can delete them. There you go. So I've got all the screws there in one sort of thing. We may have to change that later or not, I don't know, but right now, we are going to make sure that that conforms. There we go. Nice. Now, what the hell's cube default? That's, oh yeah, that's a Coffin. So we'll call that Coffin, which goes with the Coffin. We've got the screws, we've got the lid. Now our trim lid and our lid are separate things, and we've just got lid as one thing. So what you can do here is duplicate that and duplicate that and make a copy that you're just going to use for this, essentially. Just merge those. No, don't do merge visible. God. Okay. I did that. Hang on. Just undo that because I think that might have done something wrong. In fact, I don't even like doing merge visible just because it freaks me out, so I like to do merge subtree instead, just to make sure I'm merging only what I think I'm merging. So it's the lid and the trim I'm merging together. I just turn off everything else so you can see what I'm doing. So it's the lid and the trim together, and I've made a copy of the lid, and I'm going to make a copy of the trim. Really? It should do that with the name correspondence. The thing is, I don't have a retopo volume for the lid. I only have it for, you know, for them as a combined object. That's why I'm thinking if I combine them, because what I usually do is I combine them like that. Here's them two. Oh crap, I didn't do it. Where's my lid? Try that again. What I meant was merge those. Come on, merge those. I was thinking. Don't know why it's thinking so long, but it is thinking. Hope this hasn't crashed here on us. Not looking promising. Alright. Well, in fact, I think I'm going to stop the stream here anyway because it appears to have crashed. so yeah, it does make sense. I will experiment more with that in the next session. Will be the painting session then, basically, because we've done the retopology of everything. So now all we need to do is paint it, essentially, or bake it and paint it, and obviously once we get this sorted, it will be ready for painting, because we have done it. I mean, that's the retopology done. We've got some minor tweaks to do, and then we can bake and paint. So okay, there'll be one more session for this one, which should be a bit shorter, and we shall be yeah, it's a good stopping point, and we shall They weren't surface objects, they were voxel objects, I think, though. I always keep everything voxel, so I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I think it's whatever, if it's taking too long, whatever. We've been on here 3 hours, so I can do a break. Yeah, voxels do seem to be instant, yeah, surface not, but it could have just crashed then, I think. It might just be me dicking about and naming things and press the wrong buttons, probably not helping. But yeah, thank you for coming along. Patrick Barrow with it, PGTV and 3D Code Training, and whoever else is out there who hasn't said anything, hello. And I hope you've all learned something. I know I certainly learned a lot from 3D Code Training, who has helped me a lot, so I am very grateful. And I will do another stream probably on Tuesday, I think, and we'll do the painting, no, Monday or Tuesday, and we'll do the painting and get this finished, and then move on to the next one, which will be whatever it will be. And yeah, thanks for joining, and we'll see you all again soon. Thanks, bye.